Hello and welcome to Matt
And Derek's
Quiz
Lab.
Lab.
Hey, that was pretty
That's
good.
yeah, I give us a B to B minus
B to
probably.
B
Yeah,
minus. Yeah. Well, maybe if we really put some work into it and workshop this thing, we could get it up to an A. So
we
yeah,
could potentially, but so we're in wherever we are. We're in all
yes,
the places.
we're doing the things.
Yes. So this week on the Quiz Lab is the Quiz Laboratory, where we play quizzes as usual, but we also, try to give some critique and try to see what we can do to tweak and what kind of things we can, make it better. So
Yes. And so we have all sorts of quizzes that have been loaded up, and we're going to go through and gently give some tips and pointers here and there. But we'll also be giving some letter grades. Because this is since school is out for everyone else, we figured that school should be in session here. I'm wearing my Sporcle University shirt, and so
I'm using my laboratory shirt. So I've
very
got
nice.
my.
We are definitely on theme, so
It's
that's
right.
good. And I do got to say that it's really great to see that we have the same production budget as people like Jimmy Fallon and Conan O'Brien.
That's right.
They're doing it at home, we're doing it at home, so yeah, we're in good company. But with that, Matt, how about we go ahead and jump in and we'll start with our first quiz.
All right. So I think that we should get into it if it's going to work. All right. So do we still have Derek? We still have Derek. We do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
You always have me. You're stuck with me.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So first off, I think looks like we've played this countries that don't count, and I think this kind of keyed off this whole even idea. So we're sort of a good place to talk, because I believe that what happened the last time we played this is you said, I like this quiz, and we did. We liked this quiz a lot. It was a lot of
Very
fun.
much, yes.
And we got them all, as we can see, but you said, I have some suggestions. So, just quickly, these are the countries without the letter COUNT in it. So we have Algeria, and then there'd be other countries. But I think we'll start with, what would you do, Derek, to make this quiz where it stands now to even better?
Thanks, Matt. I'm glad you asked me that. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this quiz. It's a lot of fun. But looking at it, there's a couple of quick formatting things to do. So right off the gate, I would click in, I would edit the quiz. As admins, we have a little faster editing power, but if you're the quiz owner, you can jump in there. And I would jump over to, actually from this screen, a minor thing I would do is the quiz name, countries that don't count. I'd probably just capitalize the T and the D. We won't do that necessarily here because we don't want to tinker too much with someone's quiz. I'm not entirely sure the quiz note is necessary, but that's a matter of opinion. But I would click on over to style. And in style, there's a couple of things I would do here. I like using these style presets. So I would, and don't worry, we're not going to hit save here, but I would start with the style preset and kind of browse through here. If you're orange, you get if you're Sporcle orange, you get a longer list of these. But regardless, I like to pick a preset or two. And then, if I like that, I'll go with it, but then also kind of use it as a starting point so that you can also then tweak the styles from that preset and customize it a little bit more if you want to. They've already bumped up the font size here, but it might be interesting to take it from that 9-point to the 10-point because there's not a ton of answers. But honestly, the biggest thing I would do on this is under number of columns where it says auto. For this number of answers, I would go ahead and make it 3 columns. You don't want to go nuts. I wouldn't go like 5 columns or anything too much, but I'd make it 3 columns just so it fits a little more evenly across the screen. And also that's nice for smaller screens. So you can kind of take into account different resolutions and if you're playing on an iPad or things like that. Again, the content of this is really good. Really like this quiz. The only other thing I would check here is I would click on the tags panel.
So I'm going to, just for the sake of it, I'm going to save this stuff because if anything we change on a quiz here is quote unquote non-destructive. So it can always be changed back again. So I'm not going to change anything that we can't undo, but these settings here are easy to undo. So somebody can revert it back to the way it was if they'd like.
Okay.
So
the last thing I would do is click on tags.
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
I would hear in tags. You know, it's great to have tags added to your quizzes, but sometimes people over tag or the system itself over tags. So I'm not totally sure that I got a little blurry. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm not sure Saharan countries is necessary, or even wordplay in this instance. You know, if a quiz has too many tags when you're kind of hitting the random button or browsing around or really trying to drill down into something, too many tags can actually get kind of annoying for the user. You know, again, it's a little bit of a matter of preference, but I'm always kind of bothered when I'm trying to get deep into like a Harry Potter quiz and I run across something like Twilight or Divergent or some other kind of young adult thing, because it's like, well, no, I want to play Harry Potter. I'm not so concerned about the other things in the genre.
Okay, yeah, and I'll say one more thing, which is here again. This is kind of a small tweak, but you know, in a case where you have only where there's only answers, there's no hints, nothing else. You know, something you can do here is you can either, you know, these are trying to name countries, so you can either make this country or you could just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And so if you get rid of it, and here we'll go back to play the quiz now. So now here's your 3 columns. There's things that are a little bit bigger. It doesn't say country. I mean, it's fine. It's not bad. I think answer is probably not great. You'd at least put in country. But now, as you, oh, that's not the right answer. As you type this, you know, you'll get the other. All right, there's a U in Peru. So, anyways, there's other things here. So, you know, I mean, honestly, you could probably even go one font higher because you have a small number of answers, and that way you kind of just get a more complete experience. But all in all, really cool idea. And as we played with it last time, it was a lot of fun. So,
okay, so now that we've actually tweaked this quiz a little, Matt, should we give this one a letter grade, or should we save our grades for later?
I'm fine to. We're gonna start off with this grade thing. So I'm fine to just start this with the grade.
Okay.
And so I would, you know, this is a good quiz for me. And now, you know, we've tweaked it a little bit. It's a little bit better, but I'd say this is a B. This is a B plus quiz, especially after our tweaks. So
yeah, I could be even talked into A minus, but I think because the timer's good. But I think I feel good about a B plus.
B plus.
We're a little harder graders, I think, than most, but you could absolutely publish this quiz, and Batista makes excellent quizzes across.
Yeah, I mean, and as an aside, no matter what grade we give, it doesn't actually mean that a quiz is or isn't published. There could be an A plus quiz that we still never publish, and honestly, there could probably be a C quiz that we might publish depending on the circumstances. So,
yeah, it's worth noting, Matt and I don't do the scheduling, so we don't control anything, basically.
Yeah, actually, we have no control over this schedule, so we're not. This is just like you know, those movie critics. You know, they say a thing, but you know, what do they know?
Yeah, what do they know? All right, let's jump into another quiz.
All right. Let's see here. I've got too many tabs open here, so we're gonna go back to here and back again so that I can get back to the playlist or not. Come on, give me the playlist. There we go.
Yes.
All right, back to the playlist. Here we go. All right, let's go. So we're gonna just, even though we're gonna try to maybe keep this thing going on, but let's just move on. We're gonna try to get through as many quizzes as we can here. So by 3MP. Can you quickly pick the correct adjective that applies to each clue?
Okay.
Well, let's play it and find out. So, 30 seconds. Yeah, Cheetah is the fastest. Everest is the highest among the 7 sevens. Gorbachev is the longest.
Maybe. Sure.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Arctic is the smallest. The Nile is the longest. Base is so first thing, at least a minute. This actually, I mean, it's a quick pick, and that's cool. But like, you gotta give me my brain just like another second. So I mean, I think at least a minute quiz, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say 45 seconds, but I'm an easy sell into a minute just because it's a lot of reading. And I know that what we're doing here isn't real time playing, but if you're playing this on your phone, and it's a lot of words, so I think you definitely want to bump up the time here. Can you refresh it for me, Matt? I want to just see something real quick.
Yep.
And hit play again. Yep. Okay, good. There was something I wanted to make sure the order of answers was alphabetical. It looks like it was, but that's good. I really like that they didn't just randomize the order of answers here, because if you play through it and you want to play it again, especially on minefield quizzes, that'd be immensely frustrating. So that's pretty good. The button size here is pretty good. The only other thing I think I would change in this is it's a little confusing if you go Arctic among oceans. So maybe there's something, just...
You know what one option you could do? I mean, instead of having the 2 lines, I mean, why not base with a blank, like an underlined blank among opera voices, right? So, first, so instead of this new line, you could put a space. And so then it's just a single line that says Everest is the blank among 7 summits.
Yeah.
So that's a thing. I'm not going to do that here because I'm going to change it all. But that's another way that you could make it a little bit more clear. But overall, even though we didn't get them all, I still good with this one. So I guess you can grade first on this one.
Okay. As is with the timer, I got to give it probably right in the B range. I like this quiz a lot. I actually will go back and play it later. I think it's a lot of fun, but even if we weren't in Quiz Lab and I were just playing this, I would be a little frustrated that it was only 30 seconds. Personally, I think 45 is okay, but I'm an easy sell up to a minute, so I'd give it a B.
All right. Yeah, and I would as well. It's a B with strong A potential with a couple tweaks.
Strong A potential.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, also it's worth noting on Jason in this, he chimed in the comments. I'll also say that the second row should be capitalized among oceans is better than among screens. Seconding Matt's comment, actually, that's perfect. So there you go. You got some reinforcement from the troops that you could do some data tweaks here to help that quiz a bit.
Yep. All right. Bye. Diddy 08085. Yeah, not bad, right?
Okay. That was pretty good. That is, I think, your normal song, but it's good.
It's good. I gotta just put the song and fill in the blanks, right? So,
all right. Hey, can you click the how to play? I'm curious.
Yes, I can. Can you match the U.S. presidents to their alma maters? Only colleges, university attended full-time are included. This includes both graduate and undergraduate.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so this is one of those quizzes where I like to get to it. It says, "Can you do this thing?" And my first reaction is no.
Yes.
So, but that takes nothing away from the quality of the quiz or whatever. So
it is worth actually noting that, I mean, the default text, I think, is the "can you name," and for the longest time that wasn't even editable, but you can change that description to be whatever. And so instead of even setting yourself up, you might just say, your job is to match the U.S. presidents to their alma maters, or,
yeah.
And so just you don't be afraid to play with that a little bit. Just because the default's there doesn't mean it has to be there.
Yep. All right. Well, let's give it a shot. So there's multiple people for each. Okay. So Harvard is old. So
Harvard.
Old people probably went there. Like, I don't know, JQ,
okay.
TJ. No, not TJ. All right.
Can you scroll back up? I've lost what we're even doing. Match those parents to their alma maters. Okay.
Yeah. So, oh boy. So let's see, Harvard, but it's also been around for a long time. So,
I mean, does that matter? I mean, Barack, Obama could have gone to Harvard, but
he could have. But I feel like, okay, let's skip Harvard and see. Oh gosh, Yale,
oh lordy,
William and Mary, UP, Stanford. Oof. Okay, so this is a fine quiz that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah. Did Donald Trump actually go, or is he just a decoy?
He's wah wah. I'm sure his dad got him in somewhere.
Hey, UP. All right.
Hey, there you go.
His desk.
Yeah. I actually don't have a lot to say about this quiz. I think it's formatted well. I like the bigger buttons. I like that the answers are alphabetical. I think 4 minutes is a good amount of time for these kind of things. I honestly don't know if we would publish this quiz unless something topical came up about presidents and their alma maters, just because I don't think this is in the world of something that a lot of people, it's what we call accessible trivia. I don't know how accessible trivia this is. I could be dead wrong.
But it's a learning thing. I mean, this is in the deep world of presidents. I think this is so. I mean, I don't know. I actually, time looks good there. I mean, I think it's good. I actually not sure I should change of it, and so I mean, I'm giving it an A just because yep.
Honestly, I would agree. I'd give this quiz an A. I thought the how to play was informative and not extraneous. So yeah, I'd give this quiz an A.
All right. We didn't score an A on it, but you know, that's okay.
That's not why we're here.
We're here exactly. So
it's the teachers never actually take the test in school.
Ooh, good point.
They just teach the algebra.
Okay. Could this film really happen? Can you decide if the movie could take place in reality given present conditions? Type Y for yes and N for no.
Senor Ding Dong.
Senor Ding Dong.
Since it says see game note, click on how to play.
Yeah, okay, because movies that feature magical or fantasy elements cannot take place in the present or past. Also, movies that contain unproven scientific elements, such as spirits, psychics, aliens, etc., also count as impossible to take place in the future may yield some unknown truth. So, basically, it's your knowledge of the movie and what happens in the movie, and so essentially whether it has, you know, time travel / supernatural stuff in it, then it would be no. Yeah. And if it's just kind of a good old-fashioned normal movie, then it's a yes.
Okay. Yep. I got you.
So, okay. I mean, I sense that there's going to be a little bit of there's possibility for opinion for some of this stuff, but we'll get in there and let's give it a shot. I think.
Yep.
Okay. So, Field of Dreams.
I'm gonna go. Yes.
Groundhog Day.
No.
Yeah. Also no. Twilight. No.
Moonraker. Oh lordy. Okay. Yeah. So this is where the subjectiveness comes in.
Go yes.
Possible. Right? I would say yes. Laser battles in space for one. Genetically. Okay. It's been a while since I've seen Moonraker.
Okay. Muppet movie. Boy, I want to say yes. Don't they? That's not the one they steal or try to protect.
Matt has long thought Muppets are real in the world, so I think this is absolutely a yes.
I mean, I guess that's true. Is it anything animated? Not like, how do I determine? Am I in the world where I'm expecting that, you know, there are Muppets that can? I'm going to go yes and see if I'm wrong. Okay. So
nope. Okay. Muppets are not okay.
So I think this is why this is on the edge, right? Because I think you're like, well, what does it mean to be real, right? Like,
dude, that's deep, man.
So
you got me with all the feels. What does it mean to be real? Maybe I've been in this basement too long.
So that's why I might like edit out things like the Muppet movie from it, because I don't have to make that determination.
So honestly, let's actually talk about a couple of things on this quiz that I would go ahead and change. So one, Matt touched on this well. Well, actually, scroll back up. Let's start at the top. So I think I don't like saying see game note in the description. I think in general, you want to try and have your quiz not rely on having to see the game note and highlighting that so much.
Unless it's say like a logic puzzle or something that kind of has some deep stuff. But just if it's
even then, I just don't like see game note in there. So I would edit that out. Maybe we need to do more around the how to play to make it more obvious. The other thing I would do is, and Matt touched on this, since some of this is a matter of opinion, I think in the how to play, I think an example would be nice. So I would actually take the Muppet movie out of the quiz and use it as an example of why it can or can't be.
Right. Like Bambi. What's Bambi? I mean,
I'm going to go,
I mean, I guess.
Except, it's
talking people, right? So, like, how does that...
I guess, no, rabbits can't talk to deer? I mean, we don't know.
Talking deer and rabbits, no. But everything else about the movie could happen. And then talking is just, you can understand it, right? So I just,
I think examples on how to play would be really good. The other thing is I would actually slim this down to close to, since there are so many that are on the edge, I'd slim this down to closer to 20. And then I would actually go the other way. I would make this one big column so that you don't get things bunched up and you don't get things jumping to 3 lines like they do under Rosemary's Baby. If you had one column, you could actually then format it in such a way that you get kind of, could it happen, yes or no, and then an explanation, and it would actually, I think, flow a lot better. I'm assuming this quiz is also random, and so you're going to kind of get bounced around if you were to play it again. And then the last thing I would say is maybe it depends on the screen, but you got black text on kind of a dark purple. That's generally a no-no. I think I'd go either a lighter purple or a darker purple and then make the text white, kind of like they did over on the Could This Happen section. But formatting wise, that can get just a little hard to read. Maybe my eyes are too old, but I think it's better to be more conservative on things like that.
Yeah. So those were all good points, and I think you could be tuned down. I'll just take a step back on the positive and say I kind of love the concept.
Yeah.
At a high level, and honestly, like, done many ways, because it's a way to, like, to take movie knowledge and then, like, bring it a little bit higher out. Okay, so if you know what happened in the movie and then you, like, apply some set of rules to it, I think where this has a little bit of sketchiness is that the rules are squishy, but the concept and of this one and even things like it, I really like, actually. So it's a really cool idea. And
agreed.
Ideas the vector off of it. So see how
I
you
love this
vector.
I love this. Yeah. What's the vector, Victor? I love this comment from Exodia Finder. Philosophical debates about Muppets only on Sporcle. So, all right. Is it my turn to grade first, Matt? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing against Senior Ding Dong. I love the quizzes that come from. I was like, Mr. Dong. I don't know. But I'd probably give this a C, just because some of the execution here and the opinionness of it. So I'd probably give this a C. Okay,
and I'm gonna go up to C plus, just because I think that it could definitely use some tweaking, but I'm very interested in the high level concept, and I really like the idea behind it and the creativity behind it. So
yeah, the creativity is really interesting, and I love the debate that it could inspire. I think. Yeah. So I'm good with C plus.
Okay. As always, all these things can move up with a little bit of tweaks. So, yeah. All right. Next up, by Nikulele.
Nikulele.
It's like a ukulele, but it's a Nikulele.
All right, let's click on that how to play again just to see.
Can you pick the songs when given the lyrics in alphabetical order? Okay. Each of that is below consists of the complete lyrics for a well-known rock song placed in alphabetical order, with each word appearing no more than once.
Okay.
So, okay. We'll find out. Wow. That's a lot of text.
It's a lot of words.
Oh, I get it. So it's the lyrics. Lord. So you have to find the, like.
You have to find that's kind of crazy.
It is. All right. Unless you.
No.
Burning like a devil. Running with the devil. No, running. No. Right. Okay. Let's try again here. Let's try the next one. Free. Rockin' Satan. This is cool, though. I must admit. Just my first feeling is actually I might pull out some of the little words so that it's shorter. Like you pull out the A and the and then the and like pull out all the little English words so that you only have more of the words that you need, and that way it's not as big, right? So
I totally agree, because I love the concept. But you get in here and you're just hit with a wall of text. And when it's like a and at, and you could really slim this down without I think in theory, taking the integrity of the quiz. Yeah. Okay.
Highway to hell.
Okay. So interesting. And so also, cuz don't do find fools. Like, I don't know if that's a typo or just something about the lyrics of the quiz, because there's P propers. S sweater. So there's got to be something in the quiz itself, or in the song itself.
Yeah, trying to walk with my sweater, sweeter, Mr. Money, man.
All right,
okay, so sunshine, sweeter. I do feel like This is kind of a neat idea, though. I must admit, actually, and honestly, given how this, like the time's actually fine. Like I was like, oh, this is a long time, but you actually need it to figure it out. So
I also really like there's a nice range of songs that are popular. So you get the Beach Boys to Elvis to Nirvana.
yeah, I mean, as if you actually know all of the songs here, which is fun for me. So
right.
So yeah,
go back to the one with the letters. From the comments, we got help from Exodia Finder. It's the RESPCT. Is it
RESPCT?
Yeah, Aretha Franklin. Is that it?
Oh, because she spells out the letters. Okay,
that's awesome. Okay, that's that.
Well, does that change our opinion about the small words?
Well, I mean, I think in that sense, you'd actually just wouldn't do a song like that, because I think that, and what we don't know is maybe the Quizmaker actually did try that and it didn't work.
Yeah.
But I'd be, one thing I would do if I were the Quizmaker is I would actually make a copy of this quiz and do it private, or maybe not release it, and try a few different things, so that you have a version that you try out for yourself that doesn't have all the small words, just so that you can kind of see the difference. I would agree with Nevertheless I Live that capitalizing proper nouns would be nice, because I get the consistency that they're going for, but I think if you were to capitalize the proper nouns, this quiz is pretty hard, and I think to even give people a little more help on that front might be good, because then visually, when you're confronted with so much text, you could pull out proper nouns, and that would actually give you a chance.
Yeah. All right. While I kind of want to play this quiz, I also want to get through more quizzes.
Yeah, so and we're getting along in our time.
Yep. So I'm going to call this one, and I'm going to give this. I think I go grade first this time. So, the idea is actually really cool, and I hadn't seen it before. So, I mean, you get big marks for that. And honestly, good selection of songs, good timer. It's really just, is there a way to kind of tighten up the words to make it the same quiz, but a little bit more mentally digestible? And so, but I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a B+. Honestly,
I'd give it a B. I love the idea. The idea, I think, is one of those you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I haven't seen a quiz like this, which I think is saying a lot. So, but I really wonder if there could be more playing with it to get it a little closer. So I'm more B than B+.
Okay. Well, I think that's still pretty solid quiz, and liked it.
Yeah, from Ethan, leave out the 50 most common words, right? Like as and a. Yeah, even use that quiz as reference. So you could have smaller words that are key, but just leave out the 50 most common.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Next up oh wait, we've learned how to say this before and we've forgotten.
Well, we have.
Yeah. Well,
and the Caesar's great because they wrote me and they gave me like a pronunciation guide on how to say this,
and then you forgot.
And then I promptly forgot.
Okay, can you name the sports stars pictured wearing a form of headwear? All right. Yep. Well, good old slideshow quiz. So first off, image should be not squished.
Yeah, that's the first thing right out of the gate is the image. The image ratio is a little wonky. Now, if that was intentional and that was like a part of the quiz, that would be cool.
Yeah, squished sports stars.
Yeah, Mike Trout, man, he went on a diet. So, yeah.
I think that's really, I mean, oh, shoot, what's his name? Oh, my gosh. What's that?
Rooney.
Oh yes, right.
I think that's Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. One thing that's good. I mean, I think that even though the images are squished, I think they're uniform. So that is key in a slideshow, is to make sure your image sizes aren't bouncing around, but you can't sacrifice the image quality or integrity to to that.
Yeah, and just right off the gate, you don't put two Patriots in one quiz. I'm just sorry.
It's not okay. I mean, even if it weren't the Patriots, I think just putting two of the same team in one quiz is also generally a no-no.
Yeah.
The other thing is sports star doesn't need to be capitalized. It's a minor thing, but I think up there and then in the enter part, it's just not necessary for that. I do like the theme is held together by headwear. But yeah, the image integrity here is kind of the big no-no.
Yeah, so I think you clean up the images and get them to not be squished and to look right, and do a couple editing on content just to kind of keep it, because you're really kind of all over the place, and that's good, but you should be even more all over the place and not put in sort of duplicates. And this isn't really, honestly, I mean, a form of headwear, I guess. Yeah, so that'd be my only consistency, is that a little bit more consistency in what it means to be headwear, but
yeah, Jason has a
picture. So
Jason has a note I want to chime in with, which is I'd actually reformat that as a slideshow with the words typed up into frames to keep things the same size, and maybe a hint in the description text. I mean, I think there is a hint down there. But yeah, someone else said cropping over smushing. So no smoosh.
no smoosh. Yeah. All right. Well,
for me, I'm going to be the hard grader again. I'm going to give this a C. I think the idea is interesting. There's definitely a good range of sports stars, but I think the necessary capitalization, the smushing, and the double Patriots, I think gives you right into a C land. But with work, I think you could absolutely get this to be right up to high B's at least.
Yeah, I would agree. So, all right, moving on. TV characters, multiple choice. Can you choose which television show features each of these characters by Empty Whiz?
Now, this is interesting right out of the gate, because the rating here, like there's an okay amount of ratings, so it's a 3.9. But at first blush, there's nothing. Like sometimes you'll see a quiz that's rated not like, I mean, 3.9 isn't bad, but when you're into the threes, you're like, oh, did something happen? But right out of the gate, I don't see why this would get dinged. So I'm curious when we play if there's something. Now it's possible maybe they made tweaks as they went and adjusted things, but I'm curious what we're going to see here.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get in and find it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Preston Burke.
That's Grey's Anatomy. Okay. Right. I might be starting to see. That's Lost. Okay. Can you actually scroll up for me real quick?
Oh, you know what it's going to do? Is it going to have? Oh, so it's just these 4 quizzes or 4 TV shows?
Yeah, maybe. Let's keep going. Can you choose which television show features these characters? So that's Friends.
It's Friends.
That's Friends.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. That sounds like maybe. Oh, it was a Lost. Okay.
That's Grey's Anatomy.
Okay. No, nope,
it's Lost. Okay. All right.
That's Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
That's Game of Thrones.
That's Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
That's Game of Thrones.
You know too much about Grey's Anatomy.
Shut up. That's Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Well, I'll just wait for you to tell me.
That's Lost. That's Grey's Anatomy.
Well.
Later on to Private Practice when they did the spinoff. Pierre Chang. My guess would be Lost. That's Grey's Anatomy.
Yep.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. There's Friends. That's
Lost. That was okay. That's Grey's Anatomy. He actually just left the show after 16 seasons.
All right, Mr.
That's Friends. He's the super.
Okay, and Bowen March. If it's not Grey's Anatomy, I don't think it's Friends. So it's one of these two.
Yeah, my guess would be Game of Thrones.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I see why this got a low rating. So it's misleading, actually. I think that when you go into it, you're like, oh, hey, I could guess TV characters from shows, but no, it is these 4 shows.
I think, so
it's inadvertently tricking the user, and that's a rule in games. Is that I think Ken Jennings told us that like a dozen years ago. Is in trivia you can't trick. It's not cool, man. And I think that's kind of what's going on here.
Yeah, I actually really I guess that's probably where the rating comes in, is that I've read TV characters multiple choice. Can you choose which television show features these characters? And I was like pretty excited because I was like, oh, it's going to maybe give us a couple characters. We have to pick a show. And it'll be like, using our television knowledge to kind of figure it out. And we get in there and it's like, oh, it's just one character and it's the 4 shows. And you just got to basically put them into the buckets. And there's nothing wrong with the quiz, but I guess what it comes down to is I was more excited for the quiz I thought it was going to be than the quiz it was.
I think what this really could have used is a theme, because you have like, I mean, people have kind of a broad range of knowledge, but I know a whole lot about Friends, apparently more than any 46-year-old male should about Grey's Anatomy, a decent amount about Lost, and not diddly about Game of Thrones. But I think if you had a theme, and just pretend for a minute that the theme was, Ted Danson shows, right? So you take Cheers, The Good Place, Becker, and maybe CSI. I think or maybe I'm trying to remember what else, and those are your 4 shows, and now you're picking characters, and they're all tied together by Ted Danson. I think, maybe Ted Danson's not the right one for this, but I think putting in a theme would definitely go a long way, or at least having them in the same genre. Because people that are fans of Friends might not be fans of Game of Thrones. The only other thing I'll actually say about this is, I'm sure this is random, and so you're just getting randomly thrown into things. But I can't remember what our first one was. But let's say the first one was Mr. Traeger. I mean, he is in like maybe 3 episodes of Friends as a side character. He's barely in there, and if that's the first one you get, it's really hard as a user. Someone playing a quiz, to have your first question just punch you right in the neck. Like ideally you want your first couple questions to kind of like lead you in, and then you can start getting harder and kind of progress. And if this is random and your first question's super hard, yeah. Okay.
So, all right. Well, that being said, I think I have to give the grade, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
And so I think we kind of talked about what it could be, and so I'll give it a C, because it could be a lot better, and it's good, but yeah, I'm just gonna give it a C.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like quizzes like this that keep you in the same 4 buttons, so that you're not jumping around a whole lot. But I think it needs more to tie it together. So I would give it a C as well. But I think there's something here. It's obviously gotten a lot of plays, and I think that even the character choices are actually good, but I think that it's just too random.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. All right.
And it looks like or the quizmaker is in the comments. It's actually really useful feedback, because I've been contemplating using the format in other contexts. I'm sure I can change this one, but I'll use the information for similar quizzes. Hey, look, we're helping people, Matt. So Dr. Art, can you recall the names of the 2 celebrities in each pair and smash the answers together to form one answer? Again, okay, you know what I'm going to say about the See How to Play.
Yeah, but we'll see. Whoa. The last few letters of the first celebrity, the first few letters of the second country, the answer must be blended into a single word. For example, if the first celebrity was Charlize Theron and the second was Ronald Reagan, the answer would be Charlize Ronald Reagan. Okay, cool. It could be before and after. Based off the game Answer Smash from British TV show Richard Osman House of Games. Okay, so what am I doing?
It's a before and after, but in a typical before and after, like if you were to have like Jumanji actor and game also known as 21, that would be Jack Black Jack, right? So this instead is not quite so elegant necessarily, in that they're kind of just smashing them together. Let's just jump in and see. I'm curious. And so Michael Jordan, Daniel Craig, Michael Jordan, James Bond.
Can
you scroll back up? I want to see the
Jordan, Daniel Craig, right?
Okay,
so you're putting the 2 names together.
So this is Miley Cyrus, I think, or maybe it's Gwen Stefani. Who the hell is that? Because then it's the gladiator, the angry British Australian guy, New Zealand. Thank you. Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
What's his name from Office
Jimmy.
guy? Why? Ricky
Ricky
Gervais. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I get it. I really like the example in here. That's really good.
Woody Allen. Okay. Hugh Grant. Oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't have done that one because I don't know who that other person is.
Okay, where'd you go? Oh, it's Antonio Banderas.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So it's Grantonio Banderas.
It's
awesome.
actually pretty cool, though. I got to say,
It's funny. There's a comment that came in that I had the same thought. Is that I love picture box quizzes, but I actually think this would be better as a slideshow, because you want kind of a bigger screen to kind of see people. They did a really good job of picking clear images, but it might be interesting to do this as a slideshow instead of a picture box, given that you are smashing people together. I really liked that they gave an example to help you kind of get it. And I also like, kind of to my previous comment, that your first one is pretty easy. Like most people are going to be able to guess Michael Jordan and hopefully Daniel Craig.
Yep.
Christian Bale.
Where is he?
Alex Rodriguez. Wait. Yep. Now type in Rodriguez.
Okay.
It's Christian Bale.
Oh,
Alex
down there.
Rodriguez.
Okay.
Christian Balex Rodriguez.
It's the Derek Jeter one that I was trying to. What's that guy's name? I'm forgetting.
Oh, from Don't Tell Me. He's in the show that he co-created with Alex Burke. He's Barry Blackman in the show, and he was Dozerman on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, former Saturday Night Live alum, Bill Hader.
There we go.
Yeah. So I had to take a little journey through my mind to get to the right place.
So, let's see.
Right. I think in the interest of time, Matt, because we're getting pretty long in this, we should probably move on.
This is cool, though. I like this.
It's super cool. This goes back to my it'd be interesting to at least see as a slideshow. Maybe it wouldn't work, and we don't know. Maybe the quiz maker did this. The only other thing I would say is, based off a British show, I would just want to be really careful that we're not too close to what the British show is doing. It's one thing to be inspired. So as long as it's only inspiration, it's kind of
yeah. At the end of the day, though, this is just before and after, really.
Yeah.
Why do I know? Do you know who this is by Kristen Bell? I thought I did, but I forgot.
Kristen Bell. Oh, can you scroll down? It's a little hard to see here. Oh, yeah.
Ellen something. Yeah. All right. But yeah, they're a little small. I mean, I guess this is a cool slideshow, but I actually think it's kind of fun as this one too, because that way you can bounce around, and I like bouncing around.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point. And actually, I mean, since this is just a before and after, I actually don't even know if you need the note that it's inspired from
I think
the show.
I think if anything, there's too much. Like, it was more obvious once you did it, then the note was almost like too helpful in a way that slowed me down.
That's a good point. It's Kristen Belly Fanning.
Belly fanning. There you go. Nice.
That's awesome. They did a really good job of pairing people together so that you get very satisfying answers when you tie this in. Clint Eastwood Allen is inspired. All right, let's grade this one and do one more, Matt, and then I think we should probably call it, because there's a live stream after this that we want to save time for,
that people get to play along with, I believe.
Yes.
You get to try. We're trying to, can't do pub quizzes at pubs right now, so we're going to do pub quizzes on the intertubes, the interwebs. So I think it's my turn to go. I mean, gosh, I think if you actually took out a lot of the words up front, and you're right, now maybe I'm kind of off of having this a slideshow. Honestly, I'd give this an A-. Yeah, no, I'd agree. Actually, I like it.
Yeah, really fun. Like the satisfying answers you get. Kendrick Lamarck Zuckerberg Oh my gosh.
Actually, I thought it was, but
fantastic.
didn't want to look silly. Matt DeMonica Bellucci. Okay, all right.
Okay.
We should move on. Let's try to get
All
a
right.
couple more here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get through
Yeah.
them all,
I think we
unfortunately.
have at least one more.
By I Am Batman, missing word, ABBA songs by image. Can you fill in the missing words to these ABBA songs using the images below?
Yeah, it's an automatic D because it's ABBA. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
Can't be done. No.
I like ABBA. They have a place. There's a place and time for ABBA.
Yeah.
In
A place
one
in hell.
Oh, cool. Okay, I actually. Oh, except for the fact that I would have to know the ABBA songs. Does
Yeah,
your?
I'm telling you.
Okay, let's. The way old.
I was bagging on ABBA. I didn't actually say what we're supposed to do.
Dancing Queen. So Dancing Queen. Right?
Queen down there, Bohemian Rhapsody, the band Queen.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Not the kind of Queen I was looking for.
Yep.
Probably Fingers.
Slipping through my fingers. The Yep. Skip. When I kiss the skip.
The math teacher? No, is that Super Trooper? No. Yo, Lordy. Okay. But all that being said, if this is, I might not have clicked on this as not knowing my ABBA songs that well, but if you are an ABBA fan, this is great, right?
Yeah, I actually would. Well, I guess it's your turn to grade. I don't know if there's anything I'd change about this.
Or gimme a man after. Does
Midnight.
Which one?
Give me a man after midnight.
Okay. There you go. See, you know an ABBA song.
Does your mother know that's the mother from How I Met Your Mother under Bill Nye or whoever that's supposed to be? Second column. There you go.
Oh, see, I actually don't like that. You have to know things, and does that give it away too?
I don't like that you have to know things.
Well, but do you know things that are outside the realm? Like if you're an ABBA fan, now you have to know about a TV show and the ending of a TV show if you haven't even watched it. So,
that's a good point.
That's not awesome. So that just saying.
So yeah, you could put Mother Teresa in there, or just a more obvious mother than the mother. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Let's quit and grade and do one more quiz. And Matt, is it whose turn to grade?
Yeah, I'll go. Sure. I like this quiz. It's ABBA. If you're into ABBA and all that kind of stuff, I think some tweaks on the images, as I just said, kind of drops a little bit. So I'm going to go down an A-, even though A- B+, because I feel like fix that and then it's perfect. So
yeah, I was all set to give it like an A or an A-, but I think your point about the mother, and I think when you do this, you want to try, like, you're already in a niche topic like ABBA, and I think you want to de-nichify the rest of it if you can. There's a line to walk, and this walks it well, and this series is pretty good overall.
And remember, who's your audience? Whenever you're doing a quiz, who's your audience? And in this quiz, your audience is somebody who knows ABBA, right? And you know that they know ABBA, and they are interested in ABBA, but that doesn't mean they know other things. And so I like this idea of kind of a puzzle within a puzzle, but if I was doing that, it wouldn't be for an ABBA quiz. It would be for general interest stuff, right? So somebody who's general interest, they would be able to do the puzzle in the puzzle and figure out that there's the mother from How I Met Your Mother because they know TV shows and they know something else too. But if you're specific on a topic, don't really pain the person who's an ABBA fan but doesn't know any TV. Now they're like, oh, that was kind of annoying. So yeah, I soapbox. I'll take the soapbox. Go over. All right,
let's do one more quiz.
Okay.
All right. Can you determine if the sentences are a lyric to a Tiffany song or a quote from Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Okay. I don't know either of these very well, but I'm intrigued.
I think back to your point you were just making. This might be rough.
Or maybe it's done. Let's find out. It's all in the content, right? Like,
I do have to give you my Tiffany dance though. That was her thing. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. All right.
Okay.
I feel like I should go to a mall. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, let's come this. I'll close my eyes. That's got to be Tiffany, right? Look at that hair. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
This is a wonderful place. That feels not like a lyric. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go Holly Go Lightly. Okay.
Okay.
We belong to nobody and nobody belongs to us. We don't even belong to each other. Oh my gosh.
That's more, seems more,
I mean,
well,
and very deep from Tiffany. Let's
so,
go to the mall.
Yeah, you're right. You keep them
a stranger who's a friend.
That seems.
Let's go Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Okay. I hear it's much.
That's got to be the Jean Jacket Wonder. Yeah.
The Jean Jacket Wonder. Nice. No matter where you run, you just end up running yourself. So is that again too deep for Tiffany, or?
I think that's Tiffany trying to be deep. Let's go Tiffany.
Oh no! The deep metric.
All right, so we're clearly giving Tiffany too much credit.
My heart's so good for 7 years and memories are forever.
I feel like that's Breakfast at Tiffany's.
No, gosh! Oh. I should try to walk away. Okay. Tiffany? Okay. This seems like breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Yep.
Okay.
I said he left behind something I can't give you. Oh man. Breakfast?
You know, I think so. Yeah.
No.
Oh, son of a. All right, let's not play all the way through. You know, Matt, I think actually, even though this is so random, this is really fun. They did an excellent job, and they did what we were talking about in that other quiz, which is they took things that were so random, but they themed them together. That makes it fun. And I think this is what that other quiz with the Grey's Anatomy and the Lost was kind of missing, was a theme to tie them together, because it's just more fun. You're like, these are two totally random things that are tied, and it just makes it that much more enjoyable.
What's great is that you were talking and I was listening to you totally. I was playing the quiz and I got them all right while I was listening to you, because I kind of just I took my mind out of it a little bit. It just like went with my heart. And it just got the right answers.
That's all Tiffany wants you to do anyway, man, is take your mind out of it and go with your heart.
That's right.
Or you're a closet huge Tiffany fan, and I think we all know what the reality is there. But honestly, I was skeptical going into this quiz. I would give this quiz a solid A. I think it's totally fun, completely random, and really well put together. I would give it an A personally.
Okay. And so, okay,
you just can't stop, can you?
I can't. Yes, I would give it an A too. So we have a good idea from Joseph March on there, which I think we will totally do. Which basically, anything we don't get to play on stream here, we'll play through, and we'll send notes off to the. So yeah. I mean, so either we'll send notes off, or we'll just have another show next week where we keep. It is
tempting to just continue on and work through this with what we got, because we barely scratched the surface here. So
okay, comment. Let the comments while we'll play one more here, and we'll let the comments help us decide. You guys want us to just have another stream where we continue to go through more quizzes, or do you want us to do it offline? So
okay,
let the world vote, but we will some way we will give feedback on all the quizzes, and we'll do one or the other, right? Okay. So all
right, last one for real last, because
last. Yep, and then we gotta go.
Okay, can you name these NFL players, one for every position?
All right, so you know NFL. This is by Oregon is Amazing, isn't it though?
It is amazing.
So you just type in the players.
Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Tom Brady. That's Adrian Peterson, Larry Fitzgerald. Double Patriots, son of a...
Another double Patriot, yeah.
Yeah, Gronk. Actually, type in Gronk. I wonder if it gives it to you. It should give it to you with Gronk.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think it should give it to you for Gronk.
Okay,
that's fine.
Boy.
Palomalu.
Yeah.
Jeez. Palomalu.
Yeah. All right, so we gotta go fast. A couple things I'll say about this quiz. One, the double Patriots. We've already talked about. Two, I should accept Gronk for some of these harder names. Three, Sherman down there is in the Seahawks uniform. You should probably take him from the 49ers. 4, 10 minutes is kind of a long time. 5, Palomalu is really hard to spell. And 6, maybe it's just my internet here, but it seems like the image quality is a little dicey on a couple of these.
No, I think image quality is fine.
Okay, and then 7, boy, you gotta get the right blend of players here. And like, I don't know who the center is over there, but maybe you just can't find a well enough known center in the world, but you want to make sure you're not pulling somebody from like 80s NFL and 2010s NFL, because that might be a little too much.
I think the key here is that this is, again, back to the thing. This is a quiz for NFL fans, and so
that's true. That's a good point.
As long as somebody who's a fan of the NFL can do okay on it, and I think there's more here. There's a lot that people actually recognize, and I'm just spacing on their names right now. So
I think we have double Ravens.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be cool to get at least somebody, since there's 16 things, to just get a different team for every player. Find somebody who's decent.
Find somebody who's decent. Yeah.
I think you could find many quarterbacks that you know better if you want to keep Gronk in there. So
yeah, exactly.
This guy gets overused anyways. So
yeah,
whatever his name is.
What's funny on our voting is it feels like it's a pretty even split versus doing another stream versus getting back to people. So I say we call it. Let's grade this quiz. Matt, I think it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'd give this a. It's laid out well. It's done there. I'd say a couple tweaks in content is really all it needs. So I'll give it a B+.
I was going to go B-, but I agree. So let's meet in the middle. Let's go B.
All right.
Okay. And look, we'll get back to you here, whether we give feedback offline or we just take it up next week. So stay tuned, and we'll post what we're going to do. We want to leave the suspense, out there.
That's right. But we'll do something. Like you said, it's a great idea, Joseph. We definitely want to give feedback on anything that people submitted. So in some way, fashion, we will give feedback on all of them, because it was fun. Hopefully all had fun.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who submitted quizzes and is watching and playing along. And we had fun, and it's always great to kind of pontificate a little bit about quizzes and content and trivia. So so thanks so much.
Okay. So with that, we'll sign off, and then in about a short amount of time, there'll be another stream posted up that you guys can play along with a new quiz format. And we'll see. See some of you back there. Mark will be entertaining the folks.
Yep. So until then, wash your hands, stay safe, and have fun out there while in this strange time. And keep going on.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again for joining us all.